Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. Thank you for joining us for morning prayer this morning. This morning, we're still speaking from the Gospel of Matthew. The particular passage today is Jesus is sitting around with his disciples, and he gives them a warning. He gives them a warning by using the Pharisees as an example. So the Pharisees is the religious leadership of Jesus' people in Jesus' day. And he says to his disciples, he says, look at those guys. They love the fancy clothes. They love the positions of honor. They love sitting at the head table and getting the best cuts of meat and the best foods. They love that people bow down to them. But you can't, he says. Don't do this. Don't take on their ways for your own. He said, nobody's ever going to call you rabbi. And you should never call anybody father except for your Father in heaven. And he says, and this is, I think, probably one of the most important aspects of this, he says, those who exalt themselves will be humbled, but the humble will be exalted. Now, I say all this as a person who regularly gets called Father Ed or Reverend Ed, or the minister, or the rector, or the padre, or whatever. I'm somebody saying this who, because of his ordination and because of the title that's been bestowed upon me, because of this collar that I wear, I am somebody that is given authority the minute I walk into a room. Despite all the atrocities that people who look just like me have committed in the name of God, using the power that has been bestowed upon them by the people. Despite all those things, when I walk into a room, authority is almost automatically given. It is not difficult to gain power. Gaining power, in essence, is about the people you're with, not who you are. To be powerful, to be a person of power, to be a person of authority, to be a person of prestige, all a person really has to do is surround themselves with people that are willing to give them the power that they crave. If you want to be a person of power, you have to be around people who are willing to allow you to be powerful. Doesn't matter if you're a dictator of a country. It doesn't matter if you're the President of the United States, the Prime Minister of Canada. It doesn't matter if you're the schoolroom bully. To be a person of power, you just have to be surrounded by people who are willing to allow you to have that power. And maintaining power is not difficult at all. You just have to make sure that you keep people in that state of mind where they want you to have the power you have, where they are willing to allow you to have the power that you have. That's just a matter of walking a line, walking a balance. And it certainly isn't difficult being a person of power, living as a person of power, receiving the accolades, receiving the authority, receiving the respect, receiving the best cuts of food, receiving the best seats at a banquet. Being the one that people applaud, the one that people defer to, the one that people look to for decisions. It's not difficult being a person of power. But what is difficult is being a leader who desires to be humble. A leader who is filled with humility. A leader who does not seek the acclaim, a leader who does not seek the respect, a leader who does not seek the authority, a leader who looks to build teams, and a leader who looks to build partnerships, and a leader who looks to provide praise for the people that work with them and for them. That's difficult. Being a person of power, the rewards are automatic. When something happens, you receive your reward. People praise you, people cheer you, people give you more. But when you are a leader who lives in humility, who seeks humility, those rewards aren't the same. Because when the rewards come, you brush them off. You offer them to others. You find yourself praising far more than you are praised. You find yourself cheering on far more than you're cheered. You find yourself showing how others around you are responsible for the work that maybe you did the most of. Being a humble leader requires you accept that you will receive your rewards in other ways. That you will receive your rewards almost from the peripheral, from the outside. And sometimes it means that you will never receive any kind of reward for the work that you're doing. And this is the type of leader that Jesus calls us to be. Because this is the type of leader that will make a difference in the world. This is the type of leader that will make a difference in the lives of the people they encounter. This is the type of leader who will work for the people that are around them, for the sake of the people around them, and not for their own sake. And therefore, this is the type of leader who doesn't have to worry about falling into selfish patterns and habits and behaviors. This is the type of leader that can be trusted. This is the type of leader Jesus was trying to create in his disciples. It's the type of leader he calls you and I to be. It's the type of leader that builds community. It's the type of leader that builds more leaders. Those who exalt themselves, they will be humbled. But those who are humble, they will be exalted. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you. And I pray you know the peace of always being in God's presence. And I pray that as you follow the humble path, the Lord will reward you so that you can keep going, so that you can keep doing his work, so that you can keep fighting the battles that need to be fought. Amen.